I thought I'd just do a quick recap of what happened at Ethereal. Really interesting to see. It's really further cemented my thoughts on the community that, Ethereum as a way better developer ecosystem. Like, they're building the, HTTP wasn't the main winner of the internet because of any intrinsic properties other than its friendliness with developers. It got traction. And that's where I see Ethereum right now. That, even though right now it doesn't have the biggest market cap, it has more capabilities and it's more developer friendly than any other cryptocurrency. And the one thing that really surprised me was the caliber and types of discussions we were having at the Ethereal thing. Like, everyone was kind of on the thing, like, let's reinvent the world with this stuff. And, like, Bitcoin, usually the conversations are like, how can we make money off of this stuff, They're really looking at, like, how can you apply blockchain to everything in the world? And obviously, Ethereal was a bit more higher level in terms of, it wasn't a conference to learn any specific thing, but really talking about what the hell are we doing in the sense of a larger community. And I was really impressed by that it further cemented my ideas of, Ethereum being the thing that will actually create the most change in the world. And so yeah, I'm really long on Ethereum. I had a lot of discussions about identity, and they had I'm trying to remember, I tweeted it out, but there was a crypto anarchy, plutocracy, and future forms of governance, something to that degree. And it was pretty much saying, okay, now that we have these tools, how can we reinvent governance? How can we reinvent the world in the image of blockchain? And it's like, Bitcoin, there are those crypto anarchists, but, mostly they're not really, there's no concrete way forward with Bitcoin to be able to do that. And with Ethereum, like, there are projects that are happening. People are working on identity. There is, they're tightly interlinked with IPFS. They're doing all the things that actually make a decentralized web, and actions always speak louder than words. So while there's a bunch of libertarians and crypto anarchists in Bitcoin, what's actually driving the crypto anarchy forward is Ethereum. And now, after this, I'm really thinking that maybe I shouldn't up my percentage in Ethereum versus Bitcoin. But as it stands right now, Bitcoin's still doing pretty good, just based on the percent inflation. Although today, Ethereum's up 15% versus Bitcoin. So, hey, why are we? It's a matter of time, I think. And I've heard grumblings of the flippening, where the market caps are going to reverse. Bitcoin will be smaller than Ethereum. And talking to everyone at the conference, everyone was super long on Ethereum, saying, hey, why do you care about it? Why do you care about Bitcoin? Like, Ethereum's where it's at. And you're just looking in the last month, I've almost tripled my investment in Ethereum. Value-wise, I put my investment in over 2 or 3 months, but my average price is tripled. And so compared to Bitcoin, I've only doubled it, which is still great. But it's just a way of saying, I think Ethereum's got more room to grow faster. That being said, gold has a lot of value regardless of what, even though it's shitty for transactions and not really an ideal currency or anything for payment processing, it's still got some value. Cryptos are a lot more liquid than Bitcoin or crypto is a lot more liquid than gold. But that's one way of looking at it. That's like, yeah, maybe there's some value in a store of value, but when it's really easy to switch between, well, there's a store of value and the thing that runs everything the world's based on, because literally you can pretty much put every cryptocurrency on top of Ethereum, and it's like, well, why have these other cryptos when you can just build everything on top of Ethereum? And there's something to be said about the consensus algorithms, with proof of work and the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum. But ultimately, I don't think there's, that much differentiation to justify the difference of cost. So, long and short of it, buy Ethereum. I think in the next, in the long term, I think it's going to win, because why would someone hold Bitcoin when it can do less? I don't really see any advantage to it over Ethereum. But to be full disclosure, I'm going to say I'm not actually holding a majority in Ethereum. I'm holding in Bitcoin, but mostly for tax reasons. So that's my thoughts after the Ethereal conference, and talking to the people working at Consensus and hearing what they're working on. All the value is being generated on Ethereum. So that's my thoughts. Take it as you will, but that's what I see.